that was combined between NOSEP and GOSEP. NOSEP obviously being New Orleans, GOSEP being the state effort on the potential weather situation that we have coming because of the tropical storm, also because of the impact that it may have on the operation here with respect to the collapsed hotel. So last night, as you all know, the New Orleans Fire Department made the very tough decision to transition from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. Our hearts go out to, and certainly we need to lift up in prayer, the families of the 3 individuals who are deceased. And we also have a number of individuals who were hurt, one of whom remains in the hospital. And so I'd ask people to lift them up in prayer. As you know, of the 3 fatalities, only one of those have actually been removed from the hotel. Two remain on site, and until it's safe and stable enough, that's going to remain the case, which is one of the reasons we're going to proceed as quickly as we can to make sure that we get the property stable enough to undertake the recovery. We're grateful, very, very grateful to all of the people who've been working so hard, but especially the first responders. This has been a team effort, but obviously the New Orleans Fire Department and the City of New Orleans have been in the lead. We have been very pleased to be able to work with them and provide whatever support they have requested. And we've done that through GOSEP, State Police, the Fire Marshal's Office, and other entities like DOTD. But we're very thankful for the first responders. As you all know, there's a possibility of tropical storm weather. And if that happens, it would be Tropical Storm Nestor if it reaches that level of strength. The most recent track has it moving further to the east, which is good for us. However, we know we're going to have elevated, there is still some possibility of tropical storm force winds here in New Orleans. But that is not the probability. But there is a probability that we're going to have elevated winds regardless, and winds that pose a particular danger with respect to the cranes that remain in place over here at the site of the Hard Rock Hotel. So we have concerns about how the weather may impact the operation here and the stability of the 2 cranes. So we are working as hard as we can on a timeline that will allow for those crane towers, and sometimes they call them cranes, sometimes they call them towers, to actually be taken down safely tomorrow before the winds would preclude that operation from going forward, and before the winds would be able to cause those cranes potentially to fall and do more damage to property. So that's what we're working on. I have received Mayor Cantrell's request that I ask the Small Business Administration to declare the appropriate disaster and ask the Small Business Administration for assistance for the businesses that have been impacted because the traffic, but also because of the cordoned off area. And so we're trying to figure out, GOSEP is working with the Small Business Administration to determine whether this is an incident that would allow the Small Business Administration to engage with loans to these businesses should these businesses want to take them out. We're going to have that answer very soon. Obviously, we're going to take whatever action we can reasonably take to assist the City of New Orleans and the businesses here. And I would encourage everybody, we have a tropical storm that's coming. If you haven't gotten a game plan yet, it's not too late. Go to getagameplan.org, and it will tell you what you need to do to protect you and your family in the event of a weather event. Again, we're not expecting at this point in time to be severely impacted by the tropical storm itself. However, it won't take much wind and to potentially cause a real problem here at the Hard Rock Hotel site. So with that, I want to thank the mayor again for her leadership, the chief, and all the people standing behind me. And I'm going to ask the mayor to come up and address you all.
Thank you, Governor. Governor, thank you so much, not only for your presence, but your resources and assistance. I feel absolutely confident in the leadership, of course, here at the city in terms of public safety. But I'm telling you, having Colonel Reeves and State Police and Chief Browning, you've been here, having wavered, and General Curtis with the National Guard, who was here. As we indicated on yesterday evening, yes, we had moved from rescue to recovery. With that, we have removed debris along Rampart Street, as we indicated that we would do. Vehicles have started to be removed even from the adjacent parking garage, as well as lots in the area. That has been a very controlled environment, and also with the help of our fire department. Gas line, we have a major gas line. The chief will give you more on this, but in our impact area. So we're making sure that we're putting involved protective covering necessary when we move forward with controlled demolition. Also, utility lines as well, which powers the entire French Quarter. We're taking every precaution prior to moving forward with our controlled demolition efforts. As you know, the towers remain the top priority, along with the wall that is unhinged. With that, I'm going to have Chief McConnell give you an update on next steps as you will see them happening. Chief?
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Madam Mayor. And thank you to all the first responders who have been such an integral part of keeping the community safe throughout this event. As you know, we are in the recovery mode of this, and the recovery mode is to obviously get this building down the safest way possible to not impact our community. As the mayor referred to, there is a gas line that feeds a major part of the French Quarter and the CBD that's running right down Rampart Street. It's a 24-inch gas line. There is a main electrical feed that feeds the entire quarter coming down Iberville Street. Obviously, these are things that we need to protect. So the plan we've chosen to take these things down is using what in their business they call energetic material. This is an explosive, small explosives that will damage in a very methodical way, damage the crane in a way to bring it down in an exact location. It's the goal. Obviously, something like this is not a science. It's not something you practice. It can't be taken into consideration, the damage that these towers have had. These towers, as I was heard repeated every day to you, are dramatically damaged. They moved, the rear tower moved 4 inches overnight. The one in the front moved 2 inches. They're not designed to do that. So we're working now, as you see behind us, we have our cranes, we have our experts, the engineers, and the team that's going to take this down. They're working to do that. We did get the material in, and they're working to get that done. It's going to take over 24 hours to get everything set up and in place, and do it once again to make sure we don't lose a life. Although it's important to get them down, it's important that we